Coming up, Coconino County election officials talk election security ahead of next week's midterms. Plus, yep, it's fall and the snow is coming. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Quanah Arnold.
And I'm Tori Smith. Thanks for joining us. The first major snow of the season is due tonight in Northern Arizona and here in Flagstaff.
That's right, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty big storm. NAZ Today's student forecaster Hannah Ware joins us with the latest. Hannah?
Thank you, Quanah. Tonight is a big night for Northern Arizona, specifically Flagstaff. Today is our first day of snowfall. Now, let's look at what our statistics are. We are seeing a 90% chance of snow tomorrow. That's where the real treat is going to be coming in. Snow and rain throughout the night. We might be seeing a little bit of a trickle now, and then through the night that rain will get heavier, and that's when that snow is going to come in. And we are seeing gusts of about 39 miles per hour. So if you're heading out tonight, make sure that you guys are layering up. However, I do recommend staying inside. Between tonight and tomorrow, we will see about 4 to 8 inches, potentially 10 inches of snowfall. Now, that is all I have for right now, but stay tuned after the break for a weather recap.
For that weather update, Hannah, with the snow in the forecast, the city of Flagstaff has put out information regarding their plans to deal with all that snow. The city says its first priority for the snowplows will be major streets, hills, downtown, and school and transit routes. All other streets will be considered second priority and may not be cleared as quickly.
Flagstaff's Park and Recreation Division will also be sending out all available equipment, operators. They're even bringing out hand shovelers. Their first priority will be parking lots at city buildings, public spaces, city-owned sidewalks, and hard-surfaced areas on the Flagstaff Urban Trail. A group referred to as Clean Elections USA has been ordered to stay away from Arizona ballot drop-off boxes for the next 2 weeks. This order comes from a federal judge after voters filed several complaints and said they felt intimidated by the group, who were seen wearing masks, bulletproof vests, and carrying guns.
Speaking about the upcoming election, NAZ Today's Liam Combs was out at the county recorder's office today and spoke to election officials about election security in Coconino County.
I'm here in downtown Flagstaff, outside the county recorder's office, where election officials here are hard at work ahead of next week's midterm elections. With the political climate of today and concerns over election security, officials here say there's no need to worry, our elections are secure, and to get out and vote.
There are groups out there that are concerned about voter fraud, especially with mail-in ballots, but we have not seen any indication of that.
Kasner says the county adheres to strict state-mandated protocols for receiving and counting ballots. The recorder's office is responsible for the early voting and mail-in process as well. She says the idea that the mail-in process is faulty and or rigged is
not true at all. And if they do have a question about if it was received and counted, they can go to the online portal. It's at my.arizona.vote, and they can see if their ballot was received by us and accepted.
As far as the tabulation process goes, Elections Director Eslir Mosta says the elections team goes through a rigorous process to ensure the validity of the final count.
All the major milestones in the process are outlined in both the Arizona revised statutes and also the elections procedures manual that have again stood the test of time over and over.
The three-step tabulation process includes a logic and accuracy test for the voting machines, a bipartisan hand audit, and observations from party officials. For those concerned about the polls themselves, Mosta says the 425 election board workers are all local community members who have gone through many hours of mandated training.
That helps a lot because primarily people in elections that are administering elections throughout the county are neighbors, family members of those voters that are participating on election day.
People are welcome to observe the polls. However, if you are not voting, you must stay at least 75 feet away from the nearest polling location or drop box. Officials say voter intimidation is not prevalent in Coconino County, and photography of voters at the polls is prohibited. We'll have more election coverage and updates next week as the results roll in. Liam Combs, NAZ Today.
With less than a week until the 2022 midterm elections, candidates in key battleground states are making their final pitch to voters and eliciting help from some pretty big names. Former President Barack Obama is in Phoenix today for a rally this evening. Earlier, he campaigned to Nevada to bolster support for Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. Both Nevada and the Grand Canyon state are critical to Democratic hopes to keep control of the Senate.
This increasing habit of demonizing political opponents creates a dangerous climate. And elected officials who do not explicitly reject or participate in over-the-top rhetoric, if that's what they're doing instead of, if they just ignore or make light of that kind of violence, or if they encourage their supporters to stand outside voting places armed with guns and dressed in tactical gear, if that's the environment that we create, more people are going to get hurt. And we will be violating the basic spirit of who we are as a people.
Masto is widely viewed as the most vulnerable Democrat in the U.S. Senate.
Across the aisle, less than 2 weeks after being sentenced to 4 months in prison for contempt of Congress, former advisor to President Trump, Steve Bannon, appeared at a campaign event in Phoenix last night as a surprise speaker at a rally for the Republican gubernatorial nominee, Kari Lake.
This has never happened before in American history, ever. Kari Lake and her whole ticket come to this, and they don't owe anybody anything except the people. She hasn't taken a penny from anybody. She was outspent by, $30 million in the primary, and look what Katie Hobbs and the opposition are putting on her and George Soros. She's beholden to no one but the people.
As we mentioned, former President Obama is in Phoenix for a rally tonight at Cesar Chavez High School in support of Katie Hobbs, the Democratic nominee for governor, and U.S. Senator Mark Kelly. Both Hobbs and Kelly are locked in very close races, but with this Get Out and Vote event, they are hoping to excite both Democrats and independents to head to the polls next week.
A man from Utah was found dead at Wapatki National Monument near Flagstaff. Coconino County Sheriff's official said search dogs found the body of the 46-year-old man on Monday. The cause of death has yet to be determined, and it is unclear why the man was in northern Arizona. Meanwhile, homecoming week is here, and NAU is celebrating this special weekend with tons of events. Tomorrow is Tradition Day, and there will be a pep rally and a chili cook-off. Because of the snow, NAU will be monitoring the weather and will be adjusting the event as needed. On Friday, the Homecoming Carnival will start at 4 p.m. and end around midnight. And on Saturday, for those of you who are willing to brave the cold, there will be a pancake breakfast at the Union from 8 to 10 a.m. And right after that, you can enjoy the Homecoming Parade. Stay with us.
Coming up, celebrations continue throughout the night for Day of the Dead. Also, we met a group of NAU skateboarders who love what they do. Stay with us.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Today is the last day of a traditional Mexican culture celebration known as Day of the Dead. NAZ Today's Richard Espinoza has the story.
Thank you, Tori. Day of the Dead is a Mexican holiday that goes from November 1st to the 2nd. Last weekend, members of the Mexican American community gathered at the Museum of Northern Arizona to honor their family ancestry and their loved ones who have passed away. Lady Anaya helped organize the event.
I'm the president of Nuestras Raíces, which means our roots. We were formerly known as the Flagstaff Hispanic Pioneers.
Teresa Valdez Munoz put together a shrine to honor her family.
Yeah, this is a display of both my maternal and paternal side. My mom came from a family of 15 and my dad a family of 9. It is my honor as a family representative to put this up for them. And so I do this. I've been doing it for I've been involved with Dia de los Muertos for the last 20 years.
Jolisha Lynx and her daughter Jasmine Goodman came all the way from Phoenix to honor their mother and grandmother.
I try to come as much as possible. I lost my mother a year ago, so this was a big thing for her and my family. They're part of the Hispanic women's group here. So me and my daughter and my niece took on the role of coming up and being a part of it as well.
It means a lot to me because my grandmother was a part of this group for over 8 years, and just having family history up here, it just means a lot to interact and continue the tradition.
Shasha Maetas says, Day of the Dead is a special time to remember those who have passed.
And it is a long known tradition with Hispanics, mainly Mexicans, and it's basically to celebrate our loved ones that have passed on, to celebrate our ancestors, to celebrate where we come from, who's brought us into this world, and who's waiting for us in the next one.
If you want to be a part of next year's event and to honor your family ancestry, visit the Museum of Northern Arizona website at musnaz.org. Richard Espinoza, NAZ Today.
For some, it's lifestyle. For others, it can be a nuisance. Skateboarding has not only taken over the Summer Olympics, but the university as well. NAZ Today's David McGrath has more on the NAU Skate Club.
I'm here at Fox Glen Park with some members of the NAU Skate Club. NAU's always had a significant presence of skaters rolling around, but it wasn't until recently that some decided to get together and take things to the next level. And now, they've got big things planned with their new title as a university club. Although it's technically a brand new club, in a way, it was quite a while in the making.
So I actually met pretty much the entire skate club just through skating at the wedge. Before skate club was even a thing, you know, you skate by the wedge and you see a bunch of people skating. I want to get involved in that, right? So make some friends, and eventually the community just grows so much that, well, we can do something with this, right?
The skate club plans to host events with school funding and support from local shops like Aspen Sports and SMR, as well as film lots of content to promote the club via social media. However, the president has another project in the works, a more long-term goal with the club.
Another thing that we're trying to get done through this club, which the club is helping out with a lot, is getting a skate park built on campus.
Anybody interested in skateboarding, regardless of skill level, can come together at the Friday meetings inside the union. I'm a part of the club and have found it to be an outlet for exercise and socializing, but I'm not exactly what they'd call a ripper. Even if you've never stepped on a board before, they don't want you to feel left out or alienated if you show interest.
With Skate Club, we want the opposite of that. Like, we want beginners to join, and we want just people to hang out with,
Everyone was super nice and kind of like asking me if I skate, and then when I was like no, they were like, well, what do you do then, all that sort of stuff. But it was actually, I didn't feel very left out at all, so that was really nice.
If you want a new hobby, a new group of friends, or just something to do on Fridays, feel free to drop by the Grand Canyon Room in the Union at 1 o'clock. Also, if you want to help out financially, the Skate Club is taking advantage of Jack's Funder.
people can donate whatever amount they want, and we'll have a goal for how much funds we want for our club. And you know, just anything is amazing, right? So shout out to anyone feeling generous.
You can find a link to their Jax Funder on their Instagram bio, at NAU Skate. David McGrath, NAZ Today.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Then, we went on Thunder Shark 3 times.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to NAZ Today, everybody. My name is Hannah Ware, and I'll be your student weather forecaster for the night. Now, currently looking at our temperatures, we are seeing a chilly 48 degrees, partly cloudy skies. That barometric pressure is just under 30 at 29.98, explaining why we're seeing that cloud coverage. And those winds are moving about 29 miles per hour, However, those gusts are moving at 39 miles per hour, so quite intense winds that we are seeing. And we can actually see that in our current satellite right now. It is moving east, covering all of northern Arizona, and that'll eventually push out as we head into the rest of our weekend. Now, let's look at our highs and lows for today. High is 48 with a low of 28. Now, we're right on par with the average for our lows. However, we are seeing exactly a 10-degree difference between 58 and 48. Now, we haven't really seen any precipitation as of yesterday, but hopefully with tonight and moving into tomorrow, those inches will add up and we'll get a little bit closer to that average of 17.12 inches. Now, let's look at all around northern Arizona for today. Phoenix, you're a beautiful 79 degrees. I wish we were having a sunny day here today. I know most people are excited about snow. However, I'm going to be missing those sunny summer days. Page, Hopi, you guys are at 49 and 59, and Flagstaff, once again, a chilly 48 degrees. Now, let's look into the rest of our night. We are seeing a low of 28 degrees in those cloudy skies. That sun has set a while ago at 5:49 p.m. And then moving into tomorrow, our forecast high is going to be 33 degrees with the chance of showers of about 90%. And that sunrise is almost hitting 7 a.m. at 6:49 a.m. in the morning. Now, once again, I would like to preface that we said 33 degrees as our high. That's only one temperature off from below freezing at 32 degrees. Now, let's look at our highs and lows for all of northern Arizona moving into tomorrow. Phoenix, you drop down about 10 degrees with a high of 63 and a low of 44. Lake Havasu, a beautiful 61 degrees. And that Page, Tuba City, Winslow, Show Low area, you guys are sitting at those low 40s. Now, I would like to point out some areas that will be experiencing some snow. That's going to include Page, obviously, Flagstaff, even Kingman, Tuba City, Winslow, and Show Low. Now, let's go back to Flagstaff for the rest of our weekend. Once again, Thursday, high of 33 with a low of 15. And then on Friday, it's pretty much going to act like nothing happened. It's going to be nice and beautiful with a high of 42, low of 21. And we will slowly get back up to those 60s on Monday with a high of 61 and a low of 32. Now, that is all I have for weather. Stay tuned after the break.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can, but one day, I could be a stadium.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hello and welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Ava Nichols and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. With 11 collective titles between 5 sisters and more to come, the Blair family is creating a long-lasting legacy of success at Northland Preparatory Academy. Take a look. Northland Preparatory Academy won their 5th title in 6 seasons on Saturday, beating Chino Valley 2-0. The team's success is truly a family affair. Current head coach Michael Blair is now coaching his 4th and 5th daughters on NPA's team.
Every state championship that we've won, I've had a daughter crazy enough that was a captain.
Junior Campbell Blair is NPA's current captain. Scoring 2 goals in the semifinals and assisting both goals in the state championship, Campbell is a true leader. Following closely behind her is her younger sister Bethany Blair, a current freshman.
She also stepped up knowing that when you're a captain and leader, you have to do it on the field too. You can't just be talk. And then Bethany as a freshman to step up, and again, we didn't expect to know if she was going to be playing or not playing JV, and she ended up being our starting attacking midfielder, which surprised both Coach Keith and I, and it was credit to her for being able to step up as a freshman and do that.
Bethany said she hopes to win 4 state titles and attributes her success to her dad and Campbell.
I think it was really helpful for me because she really motivated me to do better and to always do my best. And then similarly with my dad, he's always pushing us to do our best on and off the field.
Campbell said she was on the soccer field following her dad and older sisters as young as 3 years old. She was determined to add another title to the family legacy this year.
Just like coming from a big family, soccer was our thing, and then being able to grow into it and like following after their footsteps, which they're big footsteps to fill, but honestly like gaining the confidence that I can fill those footsteps was probably the hardest part, but now that like I'm here, I kind of have that confidence now.
11 titles collectively for the Blair girls is just not enough. The legacy will continue as the youngest Blair daughter is due in just 2 years, following in the footsteps of her 5 older sisters.
We have one more daughter, Emery, coming up. She's in 7th grade, so her group that I coach is pretty good, so it's going to be pretty fun to watch them coming up through. They're kids that work hard, and they're really good players and really good students.
Ava Nichols, NAZ Today. Sticking with local high schools, Flagstaff Volleyball hosted their play-in match last night at War Memorial Gymnasium. Sweeping Seton Catholic Prep, the girls played their hearts out as the first and third sets continued past 25 points. The number 10 Eagles are set to play again tomorrow at 6 p.m. in Phoenix against the number 7 Thunderbird High School. Last night, NAU men's basketball played an exhibition game in Roll, beating SAGU American Indian College out of Phoenix, 115-63. The team's trio of transfers and 8 freshmen got a chance to see the court last night as Lumberjacks. It is truly an exciting time for the sports world. With high school state playoffs, collegiate conference tournaments, and the transition from fall to winter sports, there's a lot to watch this weekend, including NAU football's homecoming game against the Montana State Bobcats. Kickoff is set at Finley Toyota Field at 1 p.m. That's all I have tonight for Northern Arizona Sports. Stay tuned after the break for your weather recap with Hannah Ware.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Let's recap that weather that we are seeing this week. A few reminders. We're seeing a 90% chance of snow tomorrow and anywhere between 4 to 8 inches, maybe even 10 inches as we head into the night and into tomorrow. We'll have a high of 33 with a low of 15. Friday, it's pretty much going to act like nothing happened with a beautiful 42 degrees, sunny skies, and that'll carry through Saturday and Sunday. Monday, beautiful 61 with the low of 32. Now, with these snowy temperatures that we're seeing, how are you guys feeling about the winter season approaching?
I have to say I'm excited, but I'm a little bittersweet. I love seeing the beautiful red, orange, yellow leaves that we have in these trees up at 7,000 feet, and I'm really sad to see them go. I love the fall, love summer more, but the fall is just beautiful.
Well, honestly, I love the winter, everybody knows that, but personally, I'm cranking my thermostat up to 85 degrees.
All right.
85, Tori. I'm more of like a 65. I grew up in the Midwest, so you have to credit me. I'm also really excited for winter sports just around the corner. I've snowboarded since I was a kid, so.
I love skiing. That's my favorite.
Well, we'd love to stay in chat, but that is all we have for today. You definitely want to check us out on YouTube and all our social medias. And tomorrow, 6 p.m. Have a good night.